The following recording is a visualization from Mother Mary, which is designed to help you clear your soul body. If you're not quite ready in the space to do this visualization, just pause now and press play when you're ready. Still yourself and call upon Archangel Michael to surround you with 4 blue flame angels to stand guard around your body while we journey into the ethers. See that you are surrounded by protective blue light. Imagine that you are walking at the base of a tall mountain. As you come closer to the base, you can see a woman in emerald robes standing with a radiant smile, welcoming your arrival. It is me, Mother Mary. Before you meet me, you notice that you are carrying quite a load. You may want to acknowledge what it is you are carrying, but this is not necessary. Lay it to rest at the trunk of a tree, and you can pick it up when you return if you desire. You see me still smiling warmly, and you can feel immense love pulsating between our hearts. Come to me, and we embrace. You may feel emotional, and that is okay. Let it be. I will hold you in my arms for as long as you need. Eventually, you look toward the steep mountain, and I nod, letting you know that yes, we are climbing this mountain. But it is much easier than with a physical body, for you are moving with your finer etheric body. We begin climbing, and we are surrounded by tall, thick trees that tower above. Sunlight shines through the canopy, and its warmth is energizing. We eventually come to a boulder which is encircled by large clear quartz crystals. And this is not like any normal boulder. It is sapphire blue and is slightly translucent. We can see some symbols etched onto its surface. Take a moment to observe. You see a resplendent being cloaked in shimmering blue robe. His eyes are piercing crystal in a blue colour, and his smile seems to swallow you up into his energy field. And this is Master Moore. You can hug, and while you embrace, just feel the energy that he exudes. Now you become aware that there is something that you are not comfortable with regarding your physical body. Maybe a weakness or disease, or maybe it regards your body image. You now have the opportunity to give this to Master Moore. He will dissolve its energy matrix. You watch as he receives it and places his hands onto the sapphire boulder. The symbols seem to come alive. They do not move, but they glow, and you can feel a pulse penetrating your body. The boulder returns to its original state, and Master Moore smiles again. Take as long as you need at the crystal boulder with Master Moore. We will move on when you are ready. It is time to begin climbing once again. We ascend the mountain, passing trees and rocks, listening to birds singing. There is the sound of rushing water ahead, and as we get closer, you notice that you can hear voices that are chanting in a magnificent waterfall. We are standing at its base, and the spray is cool and cleansing on your face and body. The chanting is not separate, but in the waterfall. It is a beautiful, sacred intonation. You notice a figure is sitting upon a rock at the base of the falls. He is wearing a golden and white robe. He turns to look at you with the most peaceful, bright blue eyes, gazing, beckoning for you to come and join him. It is Jesus, and he stands with his arms outstretched, awaiting your presence. As you hug Jesus, feel the loving energy that comes from him. It is his unique energy signature. You look across to me and become aware that you are here to release an emotional patterning. Reflect for a moment and reach into your body where you feel this emotion resides. Now give it to Jesus. You watch as Jesus receives the emotion. He looks at it with love, and then he places his hands beneath the stream of falling water. The chanting voices become louder and more melodic as the emotional energy is purified. You can take a moment to explore this beautiful place with Jesus. We will move on when you're ready. Let us move onwards and upwards. You notice that the trees are becoming thinner and slightly smaller. There are still birds flying around and singing. We are approaching what seems to be a drop-off, and as we get closer, you see that we are looking out over a grand chasm. If you feel unsafe, take my hand. No harm can come to you here. Looking out, you can see great eagles gliding upon the air currents. They sound a high-pitched call that resonates through your third eye and crown. And then you notice a cloud drifting towards us. Upon the cloud sits a tranquil figure. As he drifts closer, you notice that the cloud is shaped like a lotus, and the man is sitting in meditation pose. He wears a yellow robe, and you recognize him that he is Gautama Buddha. He beckons you to join him on the cloud. You can hug if you like, or you may just want to sit opposite him. Again, feel the energy that is uniquely Gautama the Buddha. You feel the Buddha guiding you to look into your mental body for a thought loop, a recurring judgment, or some kind of mental patterning, something that you are not comfortable with. Reach into your mind and give it to Gautama. He seems to look right through the thought matrix, and then he holds his hands up to his mouth and blows the thought with a gentle yet powerful breath. The wind picks up and the eagles glide upwards, calling and swirling, and before you know it, all is still once again, and there is no trace of the thought matrix. Take as long as you want with Gautama, gliding upon the lotus cloud, and when you are ready, you will drift back to me at the chasm's edge. Let us commence our final ascent. It is quite steep now, and we effortlessly climb up the cliff face. The incline begins to level out, and you notice there is lush grass and beautiful gardens with flowers, blossom trees and rose bushes. There is a sublime temple ahead. It is glowing violet. We walk into the temple and see a resplendent violet fire ablaze from a domed golden brazier. You gaze around the temple at its magnificence. There are columns and sacred symbols upon the walls. You notice that there is a man robed in violet who stands upon a platform behind the fire opposite the entrance. This man has violet, engaging eyes, and he walks towards us with his arms outstretched. He greets and hugs you. Close your eyes and feel the presence of Saint Germain. You know why you are here. There is an aspect of human identity that you are ready to let go of. Take it off your body like you are removing clothing and give it to Saint Germain. He folds up the costume, walks to the violet fire and places it into the flames. And you notice that the flames do not burn his hands. The flames seem to amplify in intensity, illuminating the temple in a grand display, and just like that, the identification is dissolved to nothingness. You may like a few moments to wander with Saint Germain, looking at the Violet Temple in more detail. When you are ready, come to me and we bid farewell to Saint Germain. We now descend the mountain along the same route as we ascended. We pass the chasm and wave at Gautama upon the lotus cloud. And then we pass the waterfall where Jesus is bathing his feet in the water. And finally we pass beloved Master Moore, who smiles as we continue down towards the base. Finally we arrive at the base of the mountain. You see the bag that you left near the tree, and you can pick it up or leave it. The choice is yours. It is time to say goodbye for now. We warmly embrace with such an elated feeling and knowing that goodbye does not mean that we become separate. I am always with you. Thank the 4 blue flame angels and rouse yourself to the waking world when you are ready.